S'il vous plaît, asseyez-vous à votre place, please. So we are very happy to receive you. Welcome for everyone. The Academy many times has come back to this subject thanks to the presence of very distinguished academicians like Yves that each time to inform the news about our origin. So it's a fascinating argument, and I'm very happy to open this important session. And of course, we are in this academy that is an old academy to put together the dates of the reason and scientific reason with our ideas theological. So from the beginning, you admired Professor Coppens because in the first discussion that I was with him, he accepted the existence of the soul in the hominidis. So I am very happy about this. So I need to say, so nothing more. We are at your disposal if you need something. Thank you. I give the talk to the president.
Thank you, Marcelo, for welcoming us. I welcome you in the Pontifical Academy of Science. This is a unique opportunity to look backwards, the evolution of humanity, but also to assess how the future may like to shape humankind. I want to thank academician Professor Yves Coppens for bringing us together, bringing you together. The Academy had a workshop on the history of mankind only about 6 years ago. But so many new insights have been identified by you that it is already time to revisit some of the themes of who we are and where we came from and who did what. It's astonishing the speed of new insights which your profession is bringing to the table. I expect that this workshop will help to shape our worldview. Worldview requires that we ask ourselves, who are we and who did what? The long-term perspective will also help us to shape the respect for our ancestors and for nature in general. The issue of respect for nature and for the animals and the plants and the environment was emphasized strongly by Pope Francis in his encyclical Laudato Si. Our Academy touches on a number of strategic issues these days. Let me try to stretch from your topic to a few other topics which our Academy currently considers. Earlier this week, we had an exciting workshop on the future of medicine, personalized medicine, precision medicine, combining genomics with algorithms, big data, and focusing medical treatment on on prevention, but also on treatment of people with rare diseases at the right time, at the right, with the right perspective. Next month, we have a workshop on species protection, bringing together leaders from the science around botanical gardens, zoological gardens, and natural history museums. The natural history museums around the world are also partners in your profession, I understand. And we also have next month an exciting workshop on artificial intelligence and robotics. Artificial intelligence will shape how human evolution may change in the future. Again, it's your topic. But I think it's important that you bring the perspectives on the evolution of humankind to the Academy. I hope that under the guidance of Professor Coppens, a synthesis and outcome conclusions on the, maybe not conclusions, but on key findings can be produced in the aftermath of the workshop. I now would like to hand over to Professor Coppens and to introduce us to the workshop. Please, Eve.
Monseigneur Marcello Sanchez Rondo, Monsieur le Président, Professor Joachim van Braun, thank you very much indeed for having accepted my proposal of a workshop on paleoanthropology and prehistory, and for welcoming us in this famous and very ancient institution, beginning of the 17th century, I think. And in this superb Casina Pio IV, 16th century, I guess. Thank you very much. I was right. Mes chers collègues, mes chers amis, don't worry, this will be the only French word that I will pronounce in this meeting. I'm very happy indeed to be today for the first time among the scholars allowed to welcome you also, to welcome you as well, in the Pontifical Academy of Sciences. I know this academy since almost 40 years and had many occasions to participate as a guest speaker to scientific colloquia organized here and to appreciate their quality. And I had a few years ago the surprise, the privilege, and the honor to be myself academician of this company. And I remember that the very day I came back here as a member, the Chancellor, Monseigneur Marcello Sanchez Rondo, told me something like, "You have attended many scientific meetings here. Now you have to organize a symposium yourself." Here we are, Monseigneur. Well, thank you to you. In 2013, the French Cardinal Monseigneur Roger Etchegaray and my colleague and friend Professor Henri de Lumley organized an important gathering called Sur les chemins de l'humanité, that French again, Via Humanitatis, Latin, les grandes étapes de l'évolution morphologique et culturelle de l'homme, l'émergence de l'être humain. The proceedings of this meeting have been very well and very quickly published by the Pontifical Academy of Sciences and the French National Scientific Research Center as soon as 2015. It was then obviously useless to propose the same topic half a dozen of years later, as the President just told you. But several very important discoveries have been recently made in our fields, discoveries opening to new questions. It seems to me interesting and important to try a different approach in inviting the discoverers themselves to tell the Academy and colleagues about their work, the interpretation they suggest of what they found, and to debate together about the new questions emerging from these very freshly collected bones and stones. Who, for example, was Homo naledi? Lee Berger? Who did the Naliqui culture? I'm sorry. Was Homo neanderthalensis painting some Spanish caves? Well, we don't know about that. And when modern man traveled from Africa to the Middle East, and why? To these very new topics, I add some less recent ones, like the description of the very first hominins, Sahelanthropus, Ororine, and Ardipithecus, because these very important fossils have not been introduced in the 2013 colloquium. To talk about Ardipithecus, unfortunately, I invited Tim White, who couldn't come, and Tim suggested to me to invite Bill Kimball, and Bill Kimball accepted at the last moment, a few days ago. He wrote to me that unfortunately for serious health problems, he will not come. He will not be able to come either. So I hope that Johannes Haile Selassie who described Ardipithecus cadaver, may give us some information, some ideas of what Ardipithecus was looking like. A few more remarks. I ask you, please not to comment my naive concept note that you may have not read, but may you have read, in the booklet you received. This happening that some of you probably not shared, I guess, was done for telling the aim of this workshop and to convince the Chancellor and the President, which has not been too difficult actually, to accept my proposal of this symposium. It's the current state of the art. Well, I would say my current state of the art, and this text will not appear anyway in the proceedings. As far as proceedings are concerned, we will of course do our best to publish our papers as soon as our discussion will be ready, online for sure, and on a paper basis, hopefully. To make easier the transcription of the discussion, please don't forget, well, this is usual, as you know, to give your name before any question, any remark, any compliment, or any debate. Thank you very much, but we will tell that to you again all along the meeting. Well, thank you again for having accepted. Thank you to all of you to having accepted our invitation. I wish us a very fruitful meeting, a great scientific fun. Thank you.
Thank you for this introduction with your wonderful sense of humor, Yves. Colleagues, you find in the booklet in front of you the bio descriptions. So when introducing speakers, we will refrain from repeating what is written about you, what you have authorized.